the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they've started the season with 2 wins and 2 losses. Not stupendous, but there have been some positive moments in those 2 wins that they might be looking to duplicate here tonight. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
Am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
Said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love you.
Thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
We're at the jam-packed arena here in New Orleans. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Thanks very much. Well, Quinn Snyder is the coach here in Utah, and he said, as a coaching staff, we show the players we have confidence in them. And then we're unbelievably demanding. But it has to be mixed with patience. And that, over time, pays off. Kevin?
Teaching and motivating. He's done a nice job, D.A. Thanks. Well, squaring off Doris in the middle, a couple of very talented big men. Talk about how the center position continues to evolve in this league.
Right, gone are the days where the 5-man is just a defensive player and a rebounder, somebody who is nothing more than a rim protector. Increasingly in today's NBA, Kevin, that position is a skill position, and by that I mean the center can handle the basketball. You can run your offense through the center position, very much the way the Celtics do with Al Horford. And if you can shoot the long-range shot, you can shoot that 3-point shot, that much better for your team.
And it's interesting, Doris, the way the big men now, they go out on the perimeter and they're guarding guards. They're defending guards way outside and out of the lane.
Great point, Kev. It works on both ends of the floor.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. Mitchell and Ingles are out on the wings. And it's Rubio in at the point.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Here's Favors. A beautiful reverse layup.
Well, how much do you enjoy watching Derek Favors do his thing? This guy is a super skilled big, fantastic at capitalizing on these opportunities.
And Holiday kicks to Randall. Out to the right wing. Moore outside. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Favors with the rebound. And here's Rubio. Favors with a screen on Holiday. Here's Rubio. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Julius Randle picks one up.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
That free throw missing. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Greg, he's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches a pass.
Randall passes to Davis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Now, here's Rubio. Outside Favors. It's stolen by Randall. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Stolen by Rubio. Oh, the lob to Gobert. It's stolen by Davis. Outside Holiday. From deep. It doesn't go for him. And it's Utah the other way, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Pelicans trail by 3. Moore with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ingles. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Gobert against Davis. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. That evens the score. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Favors with the screen. And the basket by Rubio.
How about the effort by Rubio on that play, fighting his way through contact?
Outside, Davis. The pass to Mirotic. Randall, a screen on Ingles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires it up. Mirotic's shot is off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Mirotic sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Here's Favors, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Remarkable confidence from Derek Favors. He times his release perfectly. The catch and shoot is pretty.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Randall, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Utah leading. Rubio with it. Favors sets the pick for Rubio. Pass to Gobert. Back to Rubio. He feeds it to Gobert. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, there's size, and there's length, and there's touch. Rudy Gobert doing work.
Holiday, the pass to Davis. Rubio against Holiday. Passes it to Mirotic. And it's off from 3-point range. Utah leading by 4. Favors passes to Ingles. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I love the way Joe Ingles, guys, affects winning in multiple ways. This is a guy who does so many little things. He can facilitate the offense. He understands how to play pick and roll, and we know he can make the long distance shot with great regularity.
Free throw drops for Ingles. And Doris, Ingles, a player who does so many things well, and the coaching staff loves him.
I don't know how you couldn't love Joe Ingles, because he's a terrific passer, an excellent defender, one of the better shooters from range, and he keeps teams honest. What a player this guy is.
He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Holiday against Rubio, and that one is good.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever, because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Here is Favors after Drew Holiday's score. 6 on the shot clock. Rubio misses. Pelicans trail by 4. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Ingles.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. He's coming off an excellent season. 16th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
What is really compelling to me is the way the Utah Jazz team plays defense. Yes, it starts with the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, but there is commitment and there is great structure in what they want to do on the defensive end, and I'll tell you, it is absolutely suffocating at times.
Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Randall. Over Favors. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
And it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Utah. Randall against Favors. Randall kicks to Payton. Davis with a screen on Rubio. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Gobert. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Payton, good.
Because of the level of athleticism and speed, it is difficult to stop Elfrid Payton. Nicely done.
Rubio against Payton. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Back to Holiday. Launches a 3. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Julius Randle. Solomon Hill comes in for Mirotic, and Miller's subbed in for Drew Holiday. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Jay Crowder comes in for Derek Favors. Alec Burks checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. So many aspects go into developing Doris, a winning team, coaching players, all the front office moves. How much do you think ownership affects that equation?
Well, I think it's absolutely critical. Leadership starts at the top down. And what kind of organization do you want? What kinds of behaviors will you tolerate? What kinds of things do you emphasize in terms of what you want your culture to be about? And to me, that starts at the top. When you look at the organizations that have great history with sustained success, it starts at the top with ownership.
I like your word culture. That makes so much sense. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Jazz trail by 4. Here's Exum. Screen by Udo. Back to Exum. Okafor with the steal. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Utah.
You know, I like the strategy here, focusing on the high percentage looks, taking the majority of their shots inside, but their field goal percentage in the paint thus far hasn't been good.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Here's Hill. Good work defensively by Crowder.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to affect it.
Pelicans leading by 4. Miller inside. Burks covering. Shots good by Miller.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Now here's Exum, covered by Payton. Here's Burks. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Check Diallo. He's checked in for New Orleans. Burks' shot is good.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Payton. Pick by Okafor. Payton drives in. And the rejection by Udo. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Shot clock at 6. Okafor sets the pick for Payton. No good on that one. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Exum. The shot, no good. Payton with some nice D. Stolen by Exum. Here's Burks. And he banks in the layup. Burks has got his second basket of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
New Orleans moving it around. And the rejection by Udo. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Burks against Miller. It's Hill on the wing. 6 to shoot. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's Exum. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cephalosha's shot is good.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Now here's Payton, picked by Okafor. Down low, here's Diallo. Okafor trying to get open. Diallo, no good.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Burks. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Okafor kicks to Payton. And the rejection by Udoh. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. There's 1:26 left here in the opening quarter, and they'll keep possession.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And here's Exum, following the three-pointer from Elfrid Payton. Screen by Udoh. On its way from Burks for two. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
They set the screen. Picked by Okafor. Payton with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. Good season for him last year. He was around 12 points per game last year. 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And stolen by Miller. Now Payton. He's got 5. Hill passes to Miller. It's deflected. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
You simply cannot sleep on Crowder in transition. He's a speedy forward who will run the floor for easy opportunities.
Payton passes to Diallo. Out to Payton. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound, Utah. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We come back right after this. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and you know, people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of, you know, laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second-chance opportunities.
Hill is out there with Diallo. Then there's Darius Miller. Then there's Payton. And it's Okafor in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Crowder, a screen on Payton. Exum kicks to Udoh. Back to Exum. Lets the 3 fly. The shot off that time. And New Orleans will come the other way. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Morris checked in for Elfrid Payton. And a switcher also for Utah. Mitchell, he's checked in for Exum. Hill against Cephalosha. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's foul number 2 for him.
Guys, that's number 2 on him, and they do not need him to sit right away, but one more foul before the half and he'll be headed to the bench.
Here's Okafor. Out to Miller from downtown. Jay Crowder pulls it in.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
Got a hand on it, but they recover it. Hill against Cephalosha. 5 on the clock. Here's Udo. Back to Cephalosha. Buries the long-range jumper. Cephalosha's got 5 points so far.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the 3.
Thabo Cephalosha up there in age doors now, but still very much a nuisance on defense.
You're right, Kevin. He's got those long arms to bother shots. He doesn't fall for a lot of fakes. Sticks with his man through screens. This guy's versatile enough to guard 2s and 3s. Plenty to like with Thabo.
Udo gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Moore passes to Okafor. Over Udo, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Okafor's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Back to Mitchell. And Okafor with the block. Moore against Mitchell. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. Was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Randall's checked in for Diallo. Mirotic comes in for Hill, and it's Drew Holiday in for Darius Miller. Free throw, no good for Crowder. And with Crowder, his struggles were part of why Cleveland gave up on him so easily.
And you wonder who the real Jay Crowder is, the one we saw in Cleveland or the one we saw in Boston. My guess is somewhere in the middle. I think his defense should pick back up, and we know that he can be a better scorer than he has shown the last calendar year.
Screen by Udo. Mitchell in the corner. He can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And I was impressed with how comfortable they looked in that environment, made the most of their possessions.
They were extremely efficient, Greg. They ran their offense well and took good high percentage shots.
Rubio outside. Back to Mitchell. Moore with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Udo. And it's Joe Ingles in for Jay Crowder. 5 to shoot. Shot from the low block. And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Favors. Gobert's got his second bucket.
It's clear that Rudy Gobert is working on that jumper, boy. You better get a hand up and try to contest.
Holiday, the pass to Randall. And no good that time. Great D that time from Favors. To the middle. Here's Rubio. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And you can't help but notice that Ricky Rubio has grown as a player.
Well, he talked a little bit about losing his mom recently, and he was very close to her, and he said it changed his priorities and perspective on life, and that balance has translated to more effectiveness on the court.
First free throw is good. In the early going here, Doris, we're already seeing a continued trend, putting 5 guys on the floor who can hit the face-up jumper.
Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change. No good from Moore. Jazz leading by 3. And here's Rubio. 5 points in the game. It's stolen by Davis. Randall outside. The putback.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Baseline try, and it's blocked by Mirotic. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. New Orleans gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Davis setting the pick for Mirotic. Randall and Favors with the block.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Doris, last year, a bit of a bounce-back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
First one falls for him.
Now, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
Gobert against Davis. Count that bucket. Davis has got 10.
Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Rubio with it. 7 points in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Mitchell against Moore. Shoots from 14. Randall grabs the board.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Poke loose. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Pelicans.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Leans inside. Gobert with the block.
An intimidating force who continues to wipe away shots with ease. Go to work, Rudy Gobert.
Rubio dishes to Favors. Mitchell against Moore. Mitchell's shot is good.
The defense getting a little lazy there. You can't give him those shots. He'll make you pay every time.
Moore against Mitchell. Moore right side. Outside Holiday. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Ingles, one of the bigger stars on the Australian national team.
He's a virtual unknown when he enters the NBA. But a credit to Joe Ingles because he's a knockdown three-point shooter who now can manipulate pick and rolls. This guy is becoming a factor in the NBA.
Free throw drops for Ingles. You know, Doris, certain guards just have a knack for scoring in the post. When you think of that list, I'm sure there are a couple right at the top that come to mind.
Yeah, well, who don't you want to deal with in the low post out of the guard position? I'll give you one. Dwayne Wade. If he's on the post with a back-down dribble that he can use to his advantage, turn the lights out. Here's another guy, Sean Livingston. Unbelievable length, plays at his own pace. Both guys are nightmares in the post. Good luck checking either one.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. Coming off a terrific season. First in blocks, second in scoring, and one of the league's most ferocious rebounders. Always working. He was top 5 in that category.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight. Holiday against Mitchell. To the right side. Rubio. Nice shot from the wing. Rubio's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the catch and shoot game. Typically Rubio's on the passing end of it. Not this time.
Payton kicks to Davis. There's the pick. Back to Payton. Davis with a screen on Rubio. Payton passes to Davis. Out to the wing. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Outside Holiday. The shot will not fall. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Here's Ingles. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Joe Ingles has a great feel for understanding when to shoot the jump shot or when to attack off the bounce. That is not bashful right there.
Holiday against Mitchell. Stolen by Rubio. Now, here's Mitchell. Tight defense on him, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mitchell's got his second bucket tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Here's Favors. It's stolen by Randall. Payton against Rubio. Picked by Randall, and Dante Exum picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Favors.
Moving the ball is certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
Exum kicks to Gobert. Over Davis. Here's Rubio in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And they have been really active on the boards this quarter. Those second chance points are keeping them in the game.
Davis sets a screen. Outside Holiday. Four on the clock. Drilled from 11 feet out. Holiday's got 6 points. Jazz leading by 13. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Pass to Exum. Now Favors. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
And that one falls for Favors.
But I think for Derek Favors, it's a matter of continuing to improve your game, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Sheck Diallo, he's checked in for Randall, and it's Darius Miller in for Mirotic. And so Favors nails both of them. Pelicans trail by 15. Payton right side. Holiday with the 3. And Derek Favors pulls it down.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Rebound, Utah. Favors got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Payton. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Payton with the ball. The pass to Diallo. And stolen by Favors. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
I think Dante Exum has got to concentrate and becoming a better shooter. He's got a ton of raw talent, and the upside is tremendous, Kevin.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
The first one falls.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Exum hits them both.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
Pelicans trail by 17. Miller outside. Here's Davis. Second shot opportunity, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And really, I'd like to see them get after it on the offensive boards a little bit more here. They did a good job of that in the first.
The Pelicans shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Okafor is checked in for Davis. That free throw good from Diallo. Utah leading by 14. Here's Rubio. He's got 11. Now here's Gobert. Favors can't get it to go.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And the basket by Ingles.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Okafor sets the pick for Payton. He kicks to Okafor. We've got 28 seconds left now here in the second. Great D that time from Favors. It's stolen by Hill, and there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Pelicans have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Hill. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Crowder comes in for Derek Favors. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Burks in for Dante Exum. Jazz leading by 15. Rubio outside. Kicks it to Udo. There's the 3, and it's Rubio. That time on the assist from Udo. Udo's got 4 assists now tonight.
I tell you, the jumper might not be the prettiest of pictures, but the offensive spacing improves dramatically when Rubio hits it.
And so it's the Utah Jazz holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, you know, we're trying to defend, and you know, we've been a little bit fortunate too that missed some shots, but you know, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here at this beautiful table. This is a beautiful, beautiful table.
What is this, oak?
It is. It's, I think it's teak.
Oh, teak.
There's Shaq. There's Kenny.
Polished oak.
Teak. It's
Polished
very
teak.
nice. It's very nice.
You mean antique?
No, it's just teak.
Teak.
I have an ante.
Big-time play throughout the first half for Ricky Rubio. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Sloppy ball. Way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
A view from the sky above of this lovely city as we make our return to New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Ricky Rubio has been sensational.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the center position.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Davis, the pass to Holiday. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Holiday's got 8 points.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Here's Mitchell. Off target with his 3.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
And Moore kicks to Davis. Clock at 6. Mirotic against Ingles. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
Mitchell in the corner. Fires from deep. Again, Mitchell missing. Pelicans trail by 18. Mirotic into the lane. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Left side Favors. Mitchell passes to Favors. Over Randall. Another miss by Utah.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Inside, here's Holiday. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
This guy's pulling his weight tonight. The guys around him need to pick up the slack and start following his lead.
There's a screen. And Rubio kicks to Favors. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Favors. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Moore against Mitchell. Takes the 13-footer. Gobert with the block.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Back to Mitchell. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Mitchell's got 9.
How impressive is the catch-and-shoot game of Donovan Mitchell? I'll tell you, you better be there on the catch or he's going to make you look silly. Well, obviously, Rudy Gobert sets himself apart on the defensive end. I once had a coach tell me, Rudy Gobert is a defense unto himself. The shot blocking, the shot altering, and one of the best rebounders in the game.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Indoors with Gobert in his defense. It goes beyond the shot blocking.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin, way beyond the shot blocking. That reach bothers enough shots that even when he doesn't block it, he's a problem.
And stolen by Favors. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do. Sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Gentlemen, shoot shot.
Blue. Thank you, GA. He is indeed a fiery competitor. And he makes the first.
To me, guys, Donovan Mitchell gives evidence and credence to the notion that drafting players is more art than science. Think about it. This guy taken 13th. Not much was expected. But all of last year, he was neck and neck in the heat of the Rookie of the Year talk.
And Mitchell drops them both. And with Mitchell being slept on, motivated him into Doris a great rookie season.
Well, Jimmy Butler said Mitchell plays with a chip on his shoulder. And I'll tell you, he does seem to have that me against the world approach. And whatever his motivation, Kevin, it's working.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Rubio dishes to Favors. And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. It's stolen by Davis. Feeds to Holiday. Pass to Moore. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Here's Mitchell. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Mitchell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's been heating it up since the break, getting some excellent looks right now.
And here's Moore outside. Drops in the tray.
I'll tell you, there are guys in the league you can give that three-point attempt to. He is not one of those guys.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Over Davis. Shoots from 12. And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Rubio. And that's now 6 points for Rudy Gobert. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Holiday, the pass to Davis. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. Holiday against Rubio. Mitchell. The three-pointer, no good. The Pelicans shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Ricky Rubio. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 13 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Ingles in the corner. Gobert with a screen on Holiday. Over Davis. And Davis sends it back. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Two shots. Last on the first.
First one falls for him. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
And both free throws good for Davis. And the Jazz with possession here. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. They grab their own miss. Gobert can't hit. The Pelicans shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Holiday, no one around him. No good from outside. Jazz leading by 23. Here's Cephalosha. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Moore with it. Now defended by Mitchell. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup. The teardrop.
The Pelicans have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. New Orleans making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Udo's checked in for Utah. Jay Crowder comes in for Joe Ingles. Now Mitchell, 13 points in the game. Gobert the screen, passes it to Udo. Crowder against Miller. Gobert trying to get open. Shot by Crowder, no good. Pelicans trail by 20. The feed now to Miller, stolen by Mitchell. And now Utah, fast break. Over Holiday. Here's Gobert. Pelicans pull it in. Outside Holiday. Crowder with the steal. And the Jazz pushing it up now. 2 points. That one goes. Mitchell's got 11 in the second half.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Miller against Crowder. Miller kicks to Davis for the 3. That shot no good. And it's Utah the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Crowder the pass to Udo. Over Randall. A shot by Udo, no good. Crowder against Miller. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in. Jazz leading by 20. And here is Mitchell. He's got 15. Udo with the ball, now defended by Randall, and good that time. Mitchell's got 17.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Moore dishes to Davis. Wants to get it to Randall and does. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
That free throw missing. We talk about positionless basketball. Swing men very much in demand. Players who go, Doris, around 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", who can do a little bit of everything.
Well, I think if you look at an organization like the Boston Celtics, who seems to have put its roster very much in mind, together with the idea that you've got to have switchability almost across the board. The Jason Tatum, the Jaylen Brown fit into that description absolutely perfectly. Long, athletic, can guard multiple positions. Switching screens has become such an integral part of NBA defenses, Kevin, that the idea of versatility is valued on both ends.
Pick by Okafor. Holiday with the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. 13 points in the game.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single 3-pointer in that first half.
Here's Mitchell. Randall with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 21. Pass to Holiday. Count it. Holiday's got 9 points in the quarter. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Mitchell with it. 19 points in the game. Here's Crowder. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from Okafor. Holiday attacking down low. That's good from Randall on the assist by Holiday. Randall's got 6.
I'll tell you, that's aggressive passing. Threading it down low and setting up the bucket inside. Really nice.
Screen by Udo. Back to Mitchell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mitchell's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Holiday kicks to Randall. There's the screen. Back to Holiday. Tries a 3. Rebound, Utah. Crowder, the pass to Cephalosha. And the jam by Cephalosha.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Pelicans trail by 21. Randall with a screen for Payton. And the pass to Randall. Over Mitchell. New Orleans getting another chance here. And another shot. And it's laid in by Randall.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Cephalosha. Okafor grabs the miss.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Diallo, he's checked in for Julius Randle. .127 left to play in the 3rd. Payton passes to Diallo. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Diallo's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, Elfrid Payton showing he's capable of running the offense. Pretty pass.
Screen by Udo. It's Crowder on the wing, covered by Okafor. It's good. 6 points for Jay Crowder. Pelicans trail by 19. Payton outside. Okafor inside. Udo on him. Holiday up top. He's got 15. Diallo drops in the layup for 2. Diallo's got 4 this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Screen by Udo. Mitchell against Payton. The drive by Mitchell. It's tipped. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Burks. There's the dish to Mitchell. Over Payton. That one off the back iron and out.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
The 3 hits the 3-point bomb. Payton's got 8 points.
Well, this is an area of his game that he's continuing to work on. Elfrid Payton's 3-point shooting getting better and better.
And so it's the Utah Jazz sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Pelicans trail by 14. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Diallo out there with Okafor. And it's Mirotic in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Rubio dishes to Favors. Does not get it. 3rd miss. He's made 4 from the field. Crowder against Mirotic. No good from Payton.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Rubio misses.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
In that game against the Spurs, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Free throw good, Okafor.
Well, it's been nothing short of a roller coaster, obviously, for Jahlil Okafor. What we know, guys, is he can be a scorer in the NBA and score it at a high level. I think his future is contingent on, can he defend in the NBA? That's the only question.
The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Okafor got what he wanted last season, didn't he? A trade.
The 76ers were trying to move him, but couldn't find a return that they liked. Now, hopefully this starts the next chapter in his career, and he can get things back on track.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And Mirotic kicks to Payton. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Utah's on defense. They lead by 14. Holiday against Cephalosha. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Well, you can see what a smart positional defender Joe Ingles is. Understands how to impede the progress of the offense.
And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Cephalosha against Holiday. Passes to Rubio. On the wing, Cephalosha. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. Pelicans trail by 14. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Okafor with no one around. Off the left rim and out. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Ingles can't get it to go. For New Orleans, they've gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Mirotic, a screen on Cephalosha. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. He dishes it to Mirotic. Clock at 6. Holiday inside the line, and the Pelicans miss again. Utah leading by 14. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles can't get it to go.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
Payton kicks to Okafor. Holiday against Cephalosha. Pass to Diallo. Outside Holiday. They need this one. Payton can't get it to go.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Cephalosha passes to Favors. Here's Ingles, covered by Payton. Ingles can't get it to go.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
Wasted no time on that one.
Well, this is one of the strong points of Joe Ingles' very well-rounded game. The mid-range on point.
Here's Holiday. Gobert with the block.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Cephalosha dishes to Ingles. That's tipped. Here's Payton. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Back to Rubio. Down low, here's Ingles. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
See, Joe Ingles doesn't blow you away with physical strength. It's his craftiness that makes him effective, especially scoring through contact.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Diallo. He's covered by Favors. Okafor sets the pick for Payton. Clock at 4, and Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Etuan Moore comes in for Drew Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Davis setting the pick for Mirotic. The three-pointer no good. Utah leading by 16. Ingles passes to Favors. Over Okafor. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Well, Derek Favors has developed terrific form, and it's nice to see him continue to develop this mid-range.
Payton dishes to Davis. That shot off the mark.
Yeah, that's just a missed opportunity. Something there just a little off.
Yeah, simply a little bit careless, I think. Can't just throw it up there. You have to time these alley-oops perfectly.
Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember, the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, you know, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. Mitchell, he's checked in for Utah. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Jazz leading by 19 points. Favors with a screen on Mirotic. Ingles kicks to Mitchell. Back to Ingles. Over Okafor. And that one goes long. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Mitchell. On the wing, Ingles. Covered by Mirotic. It's good.
Now, this is where Joe Ingles is gifted at realizing when he should go up with it. Really good timing on that shot.
Payton passes to Mirotic. Back to Payton.
Boy, plenty of time left in the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now. Well, Elfrid Payton, we define him as an elite defensive player, but he's improving his shot selection and getting better at picking his spots. I think we saw that for sure last year.
2 shots. Last on the first.
And he makes the first. You know, Doris, with Payton, it's good to see his game is coming along.
You know it is, Kevin. He took a lot of hits early on because he didn't have a consistent perimeter shot. But last year, he was starting to make that next jump to be a bigger threat on the offensive end.
Julius Randle's checked in for New Orleans. Gobert, the screen. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. But they recover it. No good on the 3.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Randle with the bucket.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Utah leading by 17. Rubio outside. On the wing, Ingles. Got a piece of it. Payton outside. Outside Mirotic. Davis sets a screen. And there's Mirotic on the assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Favors sets the pick for Rubio. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Rubio.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. So he gets them both. Pelicans trail by 16. Right side Davis. Back to Holiday. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Mitchell. Pelicans pull it in. Randall's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's Holiday at the elbow. Mirotic gets the bucket. Mirotic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Rubio the pass to Gobert. Another miss by Utah.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. No free throws, good from Randall.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Mitchell against Moore. Mitchell in the corner. The 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his 16th rebound on the night. Holiday against Rubio. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. From deep. Utah with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Mitchell against Moore. Back to Rubio. The pass to Gobert. Here's Mitchell. Lays it up and banks it in. Mitchell's got 23 points.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Derek Favors.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
On the road in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
All right, thank you, David. Jazz leading by 12. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Back to Mitchell. Gobert, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Rubio outside, looking to get it going, and Gobert with the lay-in.
Rudy Gobert, an athletic monster. He fends off the defense with an amazing finish.
Outside, Davis. Sweet little floater.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Ingles. Mitchell outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his 4th foul of the contest. .136 left in the 4th quarter. Mitchell's shot is good.
I tell you, when Donovan Mitchell starts to cook, you might as well sit back and enjoy the show.
Pelicans trail by 14. Here's Holiday. Here's Randall. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Well, he doesn't quit on that play. Just stays with it and gets some easy points on the putback. That's nice.
The drive by Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Well, if you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. And that one falls for Favors. He doesn't get the second one. New Orleans has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Utah.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Derek Favors.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Out left to the wing. Now, here's Rubio. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it. And it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So.
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.